Good morning. I'm Marge, a Unity Prayer Chaplain, and I am happy to welcome you today to this special time of coming together to share meditation as part of our Sunday service. So welcome to all of you here in this physical space and to all of you who are joining us virtually. So before we just go into the silence, just get comfortable in your chairs or wherever you are and find the best position for your whole body and just let go and sink into relaxation. And take several long deep breaths, just letting go of the outside world and becoming aware of your inner world, that deep well where spirit resides. Become aware of the shared energy of all of us in this room and online. And become aware of the great river of co-creation where our individual hearts and minds are joined together with other hearts and minds in this sacred space and sacred time. From this river and in this river, we can make space for the activity of spirit. Take this grace with you as you enter the silence and experience your oneness with Spirit. Gently begin to bring yourself back into this space. Move your body and stretch if it feels good, and slowly begin to open your outer eyes and just become adjusted to being back in this room and this sacred space here. And gently breathe in the truth of your being, your divine self, where all things are possible. As this sacred time of silence comes to a close, we remain open and receptive and thankful for the movement of spirit within our individual selves and our collective selves. We bless and are grateful for all those who volunteer in service today. Their service creates this beautiful space and this beautiful time. And let all of us here in this physical space and everyone meditating online go away from this time and this place feeling refreshed. And so it is. Amen.
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to the present moment, here to a new beginning, here, and I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Good morning, Unity in Lynnwood. So great to see you today. Welcome.
Thank you, Kelly. It was so beautiful. We are so blessed, aren't we? Oh my gosh. I'd actually like to take a moment to just say thank you to our AV team as well. We have Cameron and Colin up in the top there. And we have Amelia and Fran on cameras today. We are so blessed. We have so many people who help to make these Sundays possible, and just know that you are all so appreciated. So welcome. I'm so happy you're all here today. If you're here on on YouTube, I don't know why that left my head for a moment. If you're here on YouTube, thank you for joining us. We're so grateful to have you as well. Let's go ahead and start in prayer. So I'm going to invite you just to get still, find a comfortable space. And we're just going to take a breath in and out. And we just affirm divine light is active in each of us. We affirm that we are expressing love in every action, thought, every word we say. We center ourselves in this love because this is what we are. And we know this for us and for each person that we meet. So we're going to center into this now moment, allow ourselves to be here, present, as we go into our service today. And so it is. All right, so here at Unity in Lynnwood, our mission is practical spirituality, welcoming community. And as you all know, we're here, we're welcome. We want to see you. We want to see you. Anyone who wants to come in, you are welcome. Whatever path you're on, you're welcome here. We're going to start with our invocation and vision. If you'd like to say this with me. Though imaged and named variously, there is a singular and eternal ground of being from which all life emanates and into which all life retreats. We choose to call this ground of being God. By extension, we come to understand that we are spiritual in nature, human in expression, and limitless in potential. We gather today to remember such truths, to celebrate our unity, to honor all life. I love that. Whew, sets up the day really well. Today, our core value is the O from our EMPOWER acronym, and this stands for Oneness of All Life. We teach the unity of all life, transcendent of culture, era, or religion, or lack thereof. So we are all one, right? With each person we see on the street, everyone in the world, we are one. We are one. So if this is your first time at Unity in Lynnwood, we would love to share some information about our church. If you're comfortable, you can raise your hand and we have an ambassador who you can speak to. Okay. I don't see anyone new today. But if you do have information, we do have ambassadors here who are ready to support you. We have Adonis in the back. So feel free to see Adonis if you have any questions. And we are also deeply grateful for our online community. Let's take a moment to greet you. We have right now 14 people who are watching. We have Sally and Glenn in Mukilteo, Lucinda in Lynnwood, Marianne in Seattle, Ursula in Cocoa, Florida, Tom in Edmonds, and many more, honestly. So thank you for joining us. We are so grateful to have you here. And let's go ahead and we'll all look at the camera over here and just say, welcome. Welcome. We are so grateful for all of you. Thank you so much. All right, and now we're going to be going into our group song as we continue our service.
All right, we're going to do Here I Am, also called I Will Be. If you know it, go ahead and sing out, and the words will be up on the screen. Here I am, a vessel to be used, whatever spirit needs of me, I will be, I will be, I will be. Here I stand. Here I stand. My heart is here to serve. Wherever love is leading me, I will go, I will go, I will go. Here I stand one more time. Here I am. Sorry. My heart is here to serve. Wherever love is leading me, I will go, I will go, I will go. Here I am one more time. Here I am, a vessel to be used, whatever spirit needs of me, I will be, I will be, I
Good morning, everybody. I ask you to all head back to your seats. Welcome, welcome. Ooh, it's a wonderful Sunday. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you, our online people, and thank you, Angie, for starting us off today. It's a great week. Just a lot of stuff going on. I don't know if you guys are Lent folk or you follow the Chinese New Year tradition, but that's happening this week. Year of the Fire Horse is what we've just started. So it's lots of good stuff. And we have that for the whole year. So specifically, rapid change, bold action, and intentionally moving out of stagnation. That's the big thing for this year with the Fire Horse. So I encourage you all to kind of work through that. And we're starting, Lent this last week, so it's all kind of in good time. It's perfect. So yeah, I invite you to just kind of look at that, and we'll get to something else here shortly that I think will help that. So Unity in Lynnwood is a welcoming spiritual community. It's amazing. We ensure everyone, regardless of age, race, culture, religious belief, gender, or sexual orientation, and even family structure are welcomed here and feel right at home. We honor everyone at all stages of life and levels of opportunity with inclusive programming, whether you're physically here or online, here on Sunday or here during the week. We have lots of stuff. So welcome to Unity in Lynnwood. And I'm going to read the daily word, which today is release. I release old beliefs as I grow and evolve. So many things shape my beliefs over the years: my upbringing, family history, education, friendships, and spiritual life. That's only to name a few. As I go through life, I will have new experiences and meet all kinds of people. I may find old beliefs that once fit me, that they fit no longer. Growing and deepening in spiritual understanding may mean releasing ways of thinking that no longer serve me. But I can do that and still honor the person I was, my background, and my history. Releasing makes room in my mind and opens my heart for the person I am becoming. Releasing my old belief readies me for a future of growth and evolution. Now look, I have just released you today from the fetters of your hands. See, the whole land is before you. Go wherever you think it is good and right to go. Jeremiah 44. Thank you.
Be a healer for all humanity. I am called to be a dreamer, believe in what can be. I am called to be a maker, be an instrument of peace. I am called to be a giver of abundance I receive. I am called to be a prayer, living out the truth I seek. I am called to be everything I am called to be the glory here on earth so all could see all the love and all the beauty that shines in you and me. I'm the living, breathing God, and you are one in me. We're called to be. You are called to be a mother, to nurture family. You are called to be a brother, be strength in times of need. You are called to be a neighbor, see a friend in all you meet. You are called to be a leader, to build community. You are called to be a prayer, living out the truth you seek. You are called to be everything you are called to be. Called to be the glory here on earth so all could see all the love and all the beauty that light shines in you and me. We are the living, breathing God, and you are one in me. We're called to be. Called to be peace, called to be joy, called to be love, called to be peace, called to be joy, called to be free, called to be peace, called to be joy, called to be love, called to be. We're called to be.
Good morning. So today we are on our 5th unity principle. So this will be the last in this series of talks. So I'd like to start by saying the 5 unity principles, if you'll say them with me. There is only one presence and one power, active as the universe and as my life, God the good, omnipotent. Our essence is of God, therefore we are inherently good. This divine essence was fully expressed in Jesus the Christ. We create our experiences through thought. Human beings, I have the wrong one on here. Human beings create their experiences by the activity of their thinking. Everything in the manifest realm has its beginning in thought. Through affirmative prayer and meditation, we align our heart-mind with God and know our oneness. Denials and affirmations are the tools we use. And 5, through thoughts, words, and actions, we live the truth we know. All right, so I'm also going to share with you a quick way to get through them. This is a good way to remember. 1, God is, I am, I think, I pray, and I do. And this is, we use this sometimes with the youth, but it's also great for us too, right? Because it's just a real quick, okay, God is, I am, I think, I pray, I do. And today we're talking about the I do. So this 5th principle tells us that it's not enough to know these spiritual principles. We have to also act on them and live from them. And it's like the first 4 are like directions, like on a GPS. Turn right at the next light, drive 2 miles, turn left. And the 5th is like the actual journey. It's easy to look at the first 4 and say, oh yeah, I got that. But actually using them, taking them into our lives and showing up as those spiritual ideas, that's different, right? It takes more effort, it takes more awareness so that we can know that we are showing up in these ways. And through practicing these 4, the first 4, what we're doing is we're creating a foundation for ourselves. A foundation where we can hold strong even in challenging times. In Matthew chapter 7, verses 24 through 27, we hear a parable, the wise and foolish builders. Therefore, everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house, yet it did not fall, because it had a foundation on the rock. But everyone who hears these words of mine and does not put them into practice is like the foolish man who built his house on sand. The rain came down, the streams rose, the winds blew and beat against the house, and it fell with a great crash. And the reason this is important is because we want to be able to handle those waves in our lives, those challenges, and we are practicing all these spiritual ideals, we have that foundation so that when something comes at us, we can be like, okay, I see this, and I know what to do. We can also know all these practices, but don't do anything with them. Not so that when something rough happens, a challenging event, we're just knocked off course because we just don't have that sturdy foundation to hold us in those times. And that's the whole point of the fifth unity principle. We have to act. We have to practice. We need to be aware and notice how we're showing up, notice how it aligns with who we are and who we want to be. So the step here is to go from the I know all this, I got this, to the I am. I am God expressing. I am aware of my thoughts and how they're affecting my life. I'm aware enough to sit in prayer meditation to get centered in spirit. I am spirit. That's that practice from the I know to I am. If we know about oneness, but we're still looking at other people as if they're separate, we aren't living the truth that we know. If we see the Christ in everyone, or we know that Christ is in everyone, but we're still in that judgmental space with certain people, once again, we aren't living that truth we know. If we're acting from fear and holding on to thoughts of like anger and feeding them, we aren't living from the truth that we know, that our thoughts create our experience. So these are all the ways that we can check back in with ourselves. How am I showing up today? And I found a story that I loved. It's not really a story, it's a practice. Imagine two chairs in front of you. In one chair, you have your old self. This self has had challenges in their life. They have learned things about themselves. They are carrying fear and anger. They are maybe stuck in judgment or feeling not like they're not enough. And then in the other chair, you have your true self that knows that you are Christ in expression, that knows that you are enough, that sees the good in other people, that lives from love. In every experience we have, we get to decide, which chair am I going to sit in? And it's not always easy. You know, we have habits, we have reactions, we are human. So we aren't always going to pick the right chair every time. But once we start recognizing it, we notice when we're sitting in our old stuff, and we're able to get up and move over and sit in the other chair. And that's so powerful because no matter what's going on in our lives, we have the power to stand up and move to the other chair. That's on us. I really love that just that visual. So the different ways that this shows up for us is in, like I said, the realm of thought. What am I focusing on? What's showing up for me? And as I've shared before, shifting those thoughts, focusing on, even if it's a small shift, can make a huge difference in how things appear and how things feel. Doesn't mean everything's going to feel good all the time. You know, definitely we're going to have some challenges. We're going to have some disagreements. And those are those opportunities to change the thought, change the thinking, see things differently. These ideas support relationship. Because when we know that God is expressing in everyone and God is everywhere present, then we have to know that God is here in this room. God is here. Is God expressing through me? God is here no matter what it appears externally. God is here. Love is here. And when you come from that space of love, it makes it really difficult to get stuck in the old stuff or to get stuck in judgment of someone else. Right? What would love do in this moment? And another way it shows up is in acts of service. And aren't we so blessed to be able to serve? I had, years ago, I was at Unity in Laguna Hills, a long time ago, and our bookstore manager was just this angel. She was just light. You know, you just want to go hang out in the bookstore because she's just an angel. And I went in there one day, and I have a hard time letting go of my, I need to do everything, you know? I want to have control over this, you know? That's been one of my challenges, is trusting and letting go and being like, it's all coming together. I can let this go. Anyway, I went in to talk to her, and I was just doing, and she said, you have to let people help you. She said, because it's a blessing for them, right? It's a gift to allow people to support you and to show up for you. We get so stuck in this, I don't want to seem like I don't know what I'm doing. I don't want to ask for help. I don't want to put that person out. What if they're busy? But we can trust that these moments are opportunities to be a blessing to someone else, because doesn't it feel good when you get to help someone? Right? It's a blessing. And I know here in Unity in Lynnwood, we have some opportunities coming up. We have the prayer chaplain orientation coming up, if you've ever been called to prayer. We have openings in youth ministry, if you've ever been interested in supporting the kids. So these are some opportunities here. There's so many. But those are the ones that are popping into my mind right now. Sorry for the commercial, but there it is. But being of service is one of those opportunities to show up in love. To show up and just be love. And we allow love to flow through us, through that service. We allow it to just be within us. And we know that there are challenges. You know, there are different things that come up for us that make it difficult. One might be worrying, am I ready? Am I ready to take this big step? But it's okay to take a smaller step. It's okay to recognize where you're at and say, I might not be able to do this big step, but I can do this small thing. And all those little things come together to make something big. I have a quote from Mother Teresa. Not all of us can do great things, but we can do small things with great love. And those little things make a huge difference. They can shift the energy. They can make a big change. Who knows? It's like that, a drop of water drop into a lake and you have the ripples. So I had to think of the word ripples. And whenever you do an active service, it's like you start a little ripple and it goes out and out and out and just touches everyone. So trusting that even if it's a small thing, do what you're able. We're really aware of mental health right now, and I think that's beautiful. I think it's very important. Some days, the best you can do is get up and shower, right? That's okay too. We are here to learn to love ourselves, to see who we are, to see what we need, and to show up in the best way we can. Some of us don't start something because we're worried we might fail. And, that happens. We do sometimes fail. But all the failures are really just a step towards learning. Every time you try something and it doesn't work out, it's not that you're bad or wrong or failing, it's that you're learning. And that's just one more thing. That's one more way you don't need to try it again, right? Okay, I tried that, didn't work. All right, move on. So knowing that it's okay if things don't go exactly the way you think they should. You just pick up and keep moving forward. Follow that call. What am I meant to do? What am I meant to be? So living from this fifth principle, it takes courage, because diving into those old thoughts, showing up as who you want to be, can be painful. Walking away from that one chair, there's a lot of pain there, right? And unfortunately, and maybe fortunately, change often comes through a process. I was just talking with Terry and talking about a shift and how it's like giving birth. It's not fun, it's not pretty, but it's important because all of the pieces that lead you through that change and that birth are helping you to understand on a deeper level and to grow. So we can't run away from the calls that we have. We can't run away from the pain as much as we want to shut it down. So that's where the courage steps in. That's where it's okay to be afraid. Courage is showing up even when we're afraid. Continuing the journey, even when things are hard. Knowing that when we get to the other side of this, we're going to feel so much better. And we're going to have worked through something that we've been holding on to. I kind of went off on a tangent, sorry. So it does take courage. It takes passion. It takes continuing to try, even when it feels like it's not working, and asking for help when you need it. The fifth principle is calling us to step out of just knowing into doing and being the truth of who we are. Expressing from that space of love. When we're having challenges in relationships, asking, what would love do here? Right? God is everywhere, so God's here too, even in this conversation, even in the challenges, what would love do here? And it's about listening and learning. It's also about just showing up. Maybe you're at the grocery store and you smile at someone who seems like they're unhappy, and they smile back. Holding a door for somebody. Showing up as love just in the world, where you work, with your friends, with your children. These are all ways to work on showing up as love. And it's about each moment taking a moment to think, can I live what I know right here, right now? Sometimes we'll sit in the old chair, but we will start to remember, oh yeah, that's my old chair. And we'll start moving to where we want to be. It's about asking that question. Given what I say I believe, how can I show up in this moment? So I'm going to invite you to just think of something in your life, somewhere where you might be feeling like you know it's yours to do, but you're having a hard time stepping forward into it. Think about what's holding you back from that. What belief are you holding that's keeping you from taking that step in? And think about What is one small step that I can take today to work towards what I'm creating? What's one small step I can make? And each of these steps will lead you a little bit closer to creating that foundation, to stepping into whatever your calling is, to stepping into being fully you, the truth of who you are, that divine light that expresses through each of us. All right, so I'm going to invite us to go into a meditation. As we sit here, we open to the knowing that we are divine in expression, knowing that we have all we need, that we are supported, we are love. Each day, I invite you to step into that love that you are. Step into the excitement of what the day is going to bring and set an intention for today's going to be a great day. I am showing up as me today. I invite you to take a breath when you're feeling out of sorts, when you're feeling angry, jealous, judgmental, frustrated, sad. Just take that moment, take a breath. And just know that you have all you need, that you are the truth of who you know yourself to be. Be brave and take those steps. Be brave and ask yourself what you need. And really listen to that voice within. So once again, I want you to think of that first small step that you can take this week. And I want you to see yourself taking the step and feeling good about it, knowing it's right, seeing yourself successful. How will you feel after you take this step? And allow yourself to be in that. We have the roadmap. And now it's up to us to get up and move to that other chair. To trust ourselves, to trust Spirit, and to know that through everything, God is always there. Let's take another deep breath in together and out. Let's just take a moment in gratitude. Gratitude for all that we are, for all that we have, and for the light that is always here within us. And as you feel ready, I invite you back to this space. Holding on to that energy and that light. And so it is. Thank you.
Wow, just wow. That was wonderful. The fifth principle is just, it's so amazing. It really calls us to live in that and serve and act, give and receive. we're going to move into our time of giving right now. So as we prepare to give, we remember that every gift we share is an act of love, a way of saying yes. A way of saying yes to the work of the Spirit here at Unity in Lynnwood and in the world. Your generosity helps create a place of belonging, peace, and transformation for all who enter. We invite you to give from the heart, knowing that as you give, you also receive. For in God's economy, love always multiplies. Ushers, please come forward.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
So let's take a moment and just hold in our hearts so much gratitude for the gifts that are shared today, for the tithes that are going through this community and serving outside as well. And together, we say, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I receive. Sorry. Thank you so much. We are so, so blessed. Amen.
Wonderful, wonderful. We have lots of amazing things going on here at Unity in Lynnwood. We have some wonderful small groups that meet during the week and after church on Sundays, and those are listed here on the screen. For this week and for this month, I invite you to some of these amazing things that we have going on. All teens in the 6th grade and above are invited to our teen night, which is March 2nd from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. It's a fun, welcoming space for connection for all those youth, laughter, meaningful conversation. We just have fun. It's good. It's amazing. So another fun thing we got going on here soon is game night. So join us for a game night on Friday, March 6th from 6 to 9 p.m. That will be here. We'll enjoy board games, card games, snacks, and have lots of fun. I'm really excited for game night, guys. Seriously. So be sure to register on our website, and if you have a favorite snack or dessert, share. I'll be bringing something. So, prayer chaplain training. We talked about that earlier, and I'm excited to see who shows up for that. Will be April 24th through 25th. Dana Consuelo will be holding a prayer chaplain orientation on March 29th. If you feel called to serve through prayer, it's one of those ways we can live that 5th principle. Seriously, do it. I want to see you guys showing up, helping pray. It's so amazing to have that for our folks in this community. Talk to a prayer chaplain today if you want to find out more info about that. And the flowers today, these are dedicated to Art Johnson. Happy birthday. 80th birthday, Art. Happy birthday. And love Francis. That's who it's from. Yeah. And then I'm going to welcome Julianne up to the stage to talk about hospitality. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. So, for those of you who don't know, I'm the hospitality coordinator here. And today I have a little story for you. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful church with a green belt around it and in the middle of a city. And the people who came to this church really enjoyed gathering after church to share and care with each other over some food and coffee. Now, in this church, there were some special angels that volunteered to bring food and work in the kitchen to make sure the after-service time was special and everyone had something to eat. But over time, they got tired and worn down, as preparing food for more than 50 or 60 people every Sunday was, needless to say, a big job. And their hearts were having a harder time feeling joy and ease in serving every Sunday. So they started brainstorming and asking others in the church community, what can we do to make this easy for ourselves and more sustainable for the community? And the answer was less food on most Sundays, but for the very first Sunday of the month, a community potluck, where everyone in the community pitches in to bring food or donate money to support hospitality needs. And then someone spoke up thoughtfully and asked, well, what if most people decide to donate money rather than bring food? And everyone put their heads together again. And once more, an answer came. Let's have a potluck sign-up form that everyone can see what other people are bringing. So a sign-up was created and advertised on the last Sunday of every month, where people could sign up either online or in person at the welcoming desk. And if folks were on the fence about bringing food, they could go to the sign-up form to see how many people had already signed up. So that if they decided that, oh, I just couldn't get out, it wasn't feeling up for making food that week, they could see how many food are coming, how much food was coming, and say, oh, I can just stop by the store and bring something if there wasn't enough signed up. So, in the end, the community discovered that community potlucks created not only a place to share and care, but were also fun and delicious and were filled with joy and ease for everyone. The end. This is our story. And my hope is that we can all take part in many sequels of this story that shares and cares together. So several weeks ago, we recognized some of the hospitality helpers, and it was my mistake, but some of them were left out. So I want to recognize them today. Yeah, these people stepped up at an important time to support others when they were needing a break last year. And they're continuing to help support the community potlucks 4 times a year they have agreed to. And this is the men's group. And I want all the men who have supported that to stand right now. And we recognize them by giving them a hand of applause. And there were more than this. So, yes. And they will be in the kitchen on 4 Sundays a month. So I think April is the next time they're coming up. So, but I wanted to just put out that we are still looking for other teams or other individuals who want to support hosting the community potlucks. And this does not mean that you're obliged to bring all the food, that those teams need to bring all the food. That was in the past, but this is different. We're all supporting bringing food together. And those hosts are just coming in to help set up and clean up, okay? So I just wanted that to be clear as we go forward. If you are interested in helping in any way with hospitality or supporting or hosting the community potlucks, come talk to me and we'll make this work. So next Sunday is the first Sunday, March 1st already, yeah. And there's a sign up back there if you want to sign up today, or it's also in the weekly newsletter and on social media. the links. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Julianne. So another way to be of service. So if you love to cook and you love to feed people, check in and sign up. All right. At the end of every service, we do have prayer chaplains available. Today we have Marge and Chris, who are going to be serving as your prayer chaplains. So if you would like support after the service, please come up to the front and see one of them. Also, if you're online and you would like prayer support, you can send an email to prayer@unityinlynnwood.org. And if you'd like a phone call, leave your number for us. All right, so we're just going to close in prayer today. Thank you so much for being here. And once again, we just get centered. And we step into this day filled with love and joy and light. And we carry that with us. We express the divine that we are in our thoughts, words, and actions. We are love. And so it is. Amen.
Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving. I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Lord, teach the people to stop fighting, start uniting, live as one. Let's get together, love each forever, a sanctuary for you. Thank you so much, Unity in Lynnwood. Have a lovely week. It's so great to see you. See you next time.